Hi friends, and welcome back to the Baseball Card Illustrated channel. And this is the Bottom 9, a weekly list feature highlighting the best and worst in sports, collectibles, or whatever else is on my mind. Somewhere along the way on this episode, you'll find out what you need to enter in a comment to be eligible to win a Francisco Lindor rookie card. But without further ado, let's take a look at Bronko's Bottom 9 favorite wrestlers. Number 9. The excellence of execution. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. The Cowboy? Fortunately, common sense prevailed before Bret Hart was given the same gimmick as the ace, Bob Orton, and that's better for everyone involved, especially the fans. Rather than being stuck home on the range, the Hitman teamed with Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and the Hart Foundation came into existence. The Pink and Black Attack went on to become a legend, and one of the first Triple Crown winners in WWF history. Number 8. For the first time in the history of the Baseball Card Illustrated channel, I'm going to mention Macho Man Randy Savage and resist the urge to impersonate his voice. That's because my throat still hurts from Halloween when I did that impression, but it was well worth it and a lot of fun. That being said, Macho Madness was running wild from the mid-'80s and throughout the '90s. I appreciated his moveset, which in retrospect was somewhat unique for a heel at the time when he broke out in the WWF. Not only was he known for a top rope elbow drop, he mixed in a top rope clothesline that I always thought was one of the coolest moves, and he delivered a great knee drop, along with being known for jumping off the top rope and onto his opponent on the floor. A colorful character in an industry full of unique personalities, Macho Man Savage was as fun to watch in the ring as he was to listen to outside the squared circle. Ooh, yeah! Number 6. The Bottom 9 continues with a stroll down Know Your Role Boulevard with the jabroni-beating, pie-eating, trailblazing, eyebrow-raising, all-around, smack-it-down, people's champ, The Rock. If you don't agree with Rocky Maiavia's placement on the list, who in the blue hell are you? It doesn't matter what your name is, because Bronko is going to take the Bottom 9, shine it up real nice, turn that sumbitch sideways, and stick it straight up your candy posterior. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. Number 5. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat wasn't necessarily the flashiest personality in the history of wrestling. He was just one of the best in the ring. At various times, he did bring a kimono dragon with him to the ring, and he did spit fire before his matches for a time, but his claim to fame was his arm drag, various karate chops, and his patented top rope splash. His matches in the 1980s and 90s with guys like Ric Flair, Macho Man Randy Savage, and Rick Rude were among the best in the game at that time, and he has proven to be a great ambassador for the sport ever since retiring from the squared circle. Also, for those of you here looking for your chance to enter to win a Francisco Lindor rookie card that we'll be giving away on the Saturday shoot-around, you need to leave a comment by Friday at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time stating that my friend Gabe, who did not follow wrestling, once called him Stevie the Dragon Kick Lee. Enter that alternative name, and you'll have a chance to win a rookie card of the newest member of the New York Mets. Number 316. Just kidding, number 4. Stunning Steve. What? The Hollywood Blondes. What? The Ringmaster. What? The Texas Rattlesnake. What? Stone Cold. What? I said Stone Cold Steve Austin. If you want me to stop saying what, give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah! Now that we've established that, we can bust out the Steve Weiser, hand out a round of stunners, and heed the advice of Austin 316. And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so. Number 3. Let me tell you something, brother. When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, you gotta take a stand, and as such, while it may not be fashionable to admit these days, as a young bucking bronc, I trained, said my prayers, and took my vitamins because I was a little Hulkamaniac. As you can see here, I even dressed up as Hollywood Hulk Hogan one year for Halloween. Even though I don't have the largest arms in the world, what you gonna do when the Bronco Maniac runs wild on you, brother? Number 2. In a land of giants with over-the-top personalities, Arn Anderson effectively stood out for what he didn't say and do as much as for what he did accomplish. Arguably the greatest tag team wrestler in the history of the industry, Double A was a key part of the Four Horsemen because he was the voice of reason, who spoke simply but backed up his words. The thing I always appreciated the most is that he seemed like a realistic character in a land of make-believe. The enforcer never truly had a catchphrase, yet all his interviews were captivating. His currency was credibility and the ability to have a good match with anyone. Everybody else starred in his presence, and after thinking it over, it becomes apparent that that is due to his presence. I would suggest Arn Anderson was probably the most underappreciated superstar that I can think of, yet I know there are a lot of people who fully appreciate just how great he truly was. And there can only be one number one. To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and the Nature Boy is always the man. That's why the limousine-riding, jet-flying, kiss-stealing, wheelin'-dealing son of a gun is a 16-time world champion. You don't gotta like it, but you better learn to love it, because he's still the best thing going today, and that's why he's in the top spot on this list. Diamonds are forever, and so is Ric Flair. Custom made from head to toe, with Rolex watches, suits tailored by Michaels of Kansas City, owner of the biggest house on the biggest hill on the biggest side of town, not to mention shoes that cost more than your house, Secretariat in Disguise is still styling and profiling because while Space Mountain may be the oldest ride in the park, it still has the longest line. You've got to be fair to Flair and pay homage to the man. Woo! And that's the bottom nine, 'cause Bronko said so.